Hey YouTube, it is Easy Prepper 101. Today we are doing a winter pocket dump, kind of show you some things that I'm carrying with me when I leave the house in the wintertime. The first thing I have here is kind of an older version of the military jacket that has the inside lining that I love that keeps me warm. So when it gets really cold, like what we just had during pretty much that Christmas break when it was like 0 degrees outside in Ohio, this jacket keeps me warm, especially if I just put a long sleeve shirt on and a sweatshirt on. I was fine, had no issues with that. So when it gets really cold, I have this jacket. And then when it gets to be kind of like a normal winter, hopefully it's a normal winter this year for 2022 and 23, which I'm hoping, because now that the cold has gone away, it's starting to get warm again. I have my under tech concealed carry jacket that I take with me everywhere. So I have the holster on one side, and then I have a little organizer in the side to put extra mags. So that's what I kind of like to have for the jacket side of everything. And the one thing too I do have is gloves. Two different types of gloves. So like I have these ones right here with they can put over it, and then this also has the technology so you can still work your smartphone, but you can just put those over the top. And if not, then I always have another pair that if I just want to wear, and not if it's not too cold, I can just wear these as well. And then also with this getting cold outside, just a black wool watch cap, which they're fantastic to have, and then a shemagan that for me it can be used for multiple things. One for a scarf is what I use it for. Keeps the neck not exposed. Also, if you lose your hat, you can kind of use this for a hat, for a little makeshift one, or tourniquet, but there's multiple uses for that. So that's kind of like for the outside part of it. Now, I'm not wearing like two coats or stuff like that because sometimes I get comments, but most of the time, I'll decide whatever the weather is. Like today, it's going to be like almost in the 40s. So I'll wear my under tech when I go out today. So now we'll kind of show you kind of what I kind of carry when I leave the house. One more thing I forgot to show with the jackets that I always have are sunglasses and a hat with me. So forgot to add that to it. So, but big two things, baseball cap and sunglasses. Now, when I leave the house, I make sure I have a few items with me that I always have with me at all times, which are always good to have. One is just a handkerchief, because this has come in handy more times than ever. Using it for spills. I was in a golf league and it rained really bad and no one had a towel to clean off the seats. So I had this to clean off my seat. So it comes in handy for a lot of different things. So having this is definitely a good thing to have. Also too, I carry with me is I have this little elastic little bracelet I put on. And the great thing about this is if you don't carry a pocket knife like this one that can cut the seat belt and break the window, this is something good to have. And I've done a lot of traveling with this. This is a little metal like bearing or something, I forget what it is, that it will break a window. So you would just kind of hold it together, like bring it back like this. When you let go, it will break the window. So this is a great thing to have, especially if you're traveling and, when you're on an airplane, they don't like you to have pocket knives. So having something like this when you're traveling is a great thing to have. Now, sometimes if you're traveling and you have your check bag, you'll have your knife in there. But if not, having something where you can carry this around all the time is a great thing to have. Also, too, I have this 550. It looks like a bracelet, but in actuality, they're handcuffs. So these are great to have. So because the way crazy people are right now, you never know when you might need something to handcuff someone or use this to keep them down until the police arrive. Because more and more, especially this holiday season, you saw so much crazy stuff on the news and social media of what people were doing. The next is my pocket knife here. It's just a standard pocket knife. But the biggest thing I have it for is to break the window for there and the seatbelt cutter. And then, if I ever have to use this for cutting boxes or whatnot. So I always had this. I've had this knife for a couple of years now and it hasn't let me down. The one thing that I always have in here, I have in my little bag here, is with the cold weather is make sure you always have medication for allergies and stuff. I do. But the one thing that's kind of funny, because even though smoking is not a big thing, people do smoke from time, from time to time wherever you're at, and they don't have a lighter. Well, someone needed a lighter, and I had a Bic lighter with me, and I gave it to them, and they're like, "Well, you don't smoke." I said, "No, it's good to have in case you ever need it for someone like you who might need it." And they were very thankful, and I just told them they could keep it because I have a bunch of these, and then I also have some cold pills in here and a few other odds and ends in here. And the one thing that I do carry in here, and I still have it, and this thing is kind of come in handy, is this little flashlight. It does, it's not really seeing the light, but you see it's getting brighter and brighter. And the great thing is it has the clip on there. And I did a review on that, so I'll put this that video in the description. But this has been a fantastic little flashlight to have because I've used it from time to time. Out in the park, if someone dropped their keys or dropped something, this was great to have because no one had a flashlight. The downside for me is because I do keep the flashlight in this bag. From what I have in the bag, pushes the button here, so this light turns on. So when I see that, then when I get home, I immediately take the battery out, which is at the bottom here, and I immediately charge it, and then wait for it to get fully charged, which usually doesn't take too long, and then I put it back in the bag. But having this little bag with me is a great thing to have. Also, to my wallet, which is something you need to have for your driving. My AirPods. Anytime I leave, I have one AirPod in. So if someone calls me, I can just tap on my ear to talk to them, be hands free. So not being distracted, because I think it's almost everyone is on their phones while they're driving, and everyone is so distracted. So if I can try to see something happening and move out of the way, and have some AirPods going in my ears so I can talk to someone, or if I'm in an accident, I have the Siri on there where I could just say, "Hey, call my wife," and it will call it, or whoever it needs to be. So kind of thinking ahead. One thing that I carry with me everywhere is my Mission Darkness bag. I'll add this video to the description below, but I have this book in here for writing notes and what I need to be. I have some cash there, and if I need to, that's a gift card. And I have a utility and a couple pens. Now, the one thing, it's funny because even though we doesn't talk about it much anymore, but you still have to have masks if you go into certain places. I know for my doctor's office and my eye doctor's appointment, when I walked in there, they're like, "Do you have a mask?" And I'm like, "It's a good thing I have my book here, my Mission Darkness book here." I pull my mask out and I'm good to go. So there are places that you still need to wear mask, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, and then you go in the back and you don't have any issues. So, or if not, they give you a mask, but I just carry my own because I'm just used to it now. So, and then last but not least, what I've been carrying is my Ruger. Show you that it's empty. My Ruger 38 Special Plus P revolver with 2 speed loaders. I really like carrying this gun because it's just nice and easy, and it's very low profile. I mean, I have some other handguns that are low profile, but I've really been liking the revolver here and carrying that. So, but all in all, that's kind of what I'm carrying for that. I mean, I do have some other ones, but for the most part, I've been sticking with the revolver here. And now we're going to wrap up the video for you. Okay, this is going to wrap up the 2022-2023 winter pocket dump. Hopefully you guys like this video, and then hopefully it maybe gives you guys some suggestions of kind of what I do. There's a lot of great videos out there of what people do for the winter time, especially where you're at. Well, this is, my opinion. This is what I do and what I kind of carry when I leave the house. One other thing I do, I will carry from time to time is my Vertex sling bag from time to time. Not especially if I'm traveling some distance, but for the most part, this is what I carry when, if I'm in and around town. So write down below what you guys think. Love to hear it. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video. And if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much. We will catch you guys down the road.